Peace and black power, peace and black power. 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 Peace and black power. This is the Prince of Pan-Africanism, King Kong Consciousness, Intercontinental Ifa Tunde, most requested black scholar in the world. I am here live and direct at the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy, your academy, my academy, our academy. Shout out to the Breakfast Club, DJ Envy, Charlemagne for having me up on there again for a fifth time. Shout out to all my Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy donors. I just wanted to check in, let everybody know that all is well. We down here at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, trying to get the school ready for our children, brothers and sisters. We trying to get the school ready for our boys and then ultimately for our girls. You are looking at the picture Queen Mother around my neck. That's Queen Mother Amy Ashwood Garvey, who was there with the most honorable Marcus Garvey when he founded the UNIA ACL. She also was the co-chair of the Manchester Conference, the 5th Pan-African Conference in 1945 that took place in Manchester, England. So that's the Queen Pan-Africanist I got around my neck, one of the greatest Pan-Africanists of all time, who was a woman.
Doctor.
All right, good to see you. Bro? Yes, sir. So we out here. It's a lot of love. It's a lot of love. I look forward to seeing y'all down in Nat Turner Land. I look forward to seeing y'all down in Nat Turner Land on Thursday, 3 to 7 for Baba Khalifa's birthday. That's Druryville, Virginia. I want to see y'all Friday, Las Vegas, Nevada, 2 to 8. Lecture, Q&A, book signing, Las Vegas, Friday, May the 14th in Vegas. Oakland, California. Can't wait to come to Oakland. It's been too long, Oakland, God willing. I will see you on Saturday, May the 15th, Oakland, California. Lecture, Q&A, and book signing on May the 15th. Los Angeles, California. Sunday, May the 16th, Los Angeles, California. Sunday, May the 16th, Blessed Love Community Center on Vernon Avenue, 2 to 8. Palm Springs, California. That's 11 to 4. Palm Springs on Saturday, May the 22nd. South Bend, Indiana. Black Messiah Conference on Sunday, May the 23rd. You need tickets for LA. You need tickets for South Bend, Indiana. You need tickets for Los Angeles. You need tickets for South Bend, Indiana. Louisville, Kentucky, Garvey Day. Saturday, August the 14th, Louisville, Kentucky is Garvey Day. Haitian Flag Day on Tuesday the 18th, New York City. Haitian Flag Day. The Prince of Pan-Africanism will be in Haiti to stand in solidarity with all my Haitian Africans. Nashville, Tennessee, July 17th. Nashville, Tennessee, July 17th. We probably going to do Memphis the day before. No tickets are needed for Oakland. No tickets are needed for Vegas. No tickets are needed for Palm Springs. You can only buy the book at DrUmarJohnson.com. All the new book orders will be going out this weekend. All the new book orders will be going out this weekend. I heard that they shot our brother through the back of the head. The FBI is now going to investigate that one case. That's not good enough. The FBI is now going to investigate that one case. That's not good enough. The FBI is now going to investigate that one case, brothers and sisters. That's not good enough. President Joe Biden should be ordering a Department of Justice investigation into the systematic murder of defenseless, unarmed American Africans by white police. That's the investigation we need. We still want our brother's situation to be investigated. We still want our brother's situation to be investigated. They shot him in the back of the head and took his life. They shot him in the back of the head and took his life. We want that investigated. Yes, we do. But we also want a greater investigation by the Department of Justice, ordered by President Joe Biden, into the systemic assassinations of unarmed black people by white police. When is Joe Biden going to act for black people? When is Joe Biden going to act for black people? And I'm hoping all my black Democrats, I'm hoping all my Negrocrats are paying attention. I'm hoping all my Negrocrats are paying attention. I'm hoping all Negrocrats are paying attention to this. I want you to see how your democratically elected president is neglecting your people, just like Obama, just like Clinton. They no different than the Republicans. When it comes to black people, Democrats and Republicans are one team. When it comes to black people, Democrats and Republicans are one team. When it comes to black people, Democrats and Republicans are one team, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon, princesses. We're going to have to investigate. We're going to have to protest at the United Nations. The United Nations had a Geneva Convention in 1948. The United Nations had a Geneva Convention in 1948. The United Nations had a Geneva Convention in 1948. The Geneva Convention and the Genocide Convention outlawed genocide. You cannot conduct or commit genocide against a people. Allegedly, the Genocide Convention, the United States of America signed the Genocide Convention. So if the United States of America signed the Genocide Convention, if the United States of America signed the Genocide Convention, why in the hell hasn't the United Nations pressed charges against the United States government for the genocide of American Africans? I know the answer. White power, yes. America runs the United Nations, yes. The Rockefellers donated the land that the UN sits on, yes. But another reason why the United Nations has not pressed the U.S. for crimes of genocide against American Africans is because American Africans are unapologetically American. I'm going to say it again. The Negro is unapologetically American. I'm going to say it one more time. The Negro is, all right, sis, y'all be blessed now, little brothers. The Negroes are unapologetically American. And as long as we identify as American, we cannot appeal to the United Nations for justice. The United Nations is for nations. The United Nations is for nations. The United Nations is for nations. So if you do not recognize yourself as a nation, you cannot be heard, brothers and sisters. That's why the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey started his movement as a government. The Garvey movement was not a religion, it was a government. And the reason Garvey set it up as a government, one of the reasons, is because he wanted to make sure there would be no legal opposition to the Garvey movement sitting in to represent African peoples of the world at the, then it was called the League of Nations. Now it's the United Nations. You have to be a nation to go to the United Nations. So we as American Africans have to give up this so-called American citizenship that you value so much and has done nothing for you. I said we as American Africans have to give up this American citizenship that we value so much and has not done anything for us. I agree with some of the things that the Moors say. I agree with some of the things that the Moors say. I don't agree with all of it at all. You don't have to be a Moor. You don't have to be a Muslim. You don't have to put a red hat on your head in order to say that you're a sovereign people or that you represent a particular nation within a nation that has rights to human rights and the rights of nation. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, we have to organize and we have to energize and we have to mobilize. We have to organize and we have to energize and we got to mobilize. We can do this. African nations will not intercede on the behalf of American Africans until we show them that we are committed to investing in them. Okay? It must be a transaction. It must be a transaction, brothers and sisters. We can't expect Africa to risk everything standing up for us, and we've done nothing for Africa. When are we going to organize our money and systematically invest in the mother continent? When are we going to organize our money and systematically invest in the mother continent? When are we going to organize our money and systematically invest in the mother continent? In fact, I'm talking to all black men right now when I say we may have to overrun the U.S. Congress the same way the white folks did it on January the 6th. I'm talking to all black men right now. If this keeps going down, black men, we're going to have to storm the U.S. Capitol the same way the white folks did it for Donald Trump. Where are my unapologetically African brothers at? Where are my unapologetically African alpha males at now? Where are all of our unapologetically African alpha males now? We may have to overrun the U.S. Capitol the same way the Trump supporters did back in January. Are you ready, brothers? Are you ready, brothers? Are we ready to sacrifice for our elders? Are we ready to sacrifice for our women? Are we ready to sacrifice for our children? That's the question. We may have to overrun the Congress the same way the devils did back in January. But it's going to be action. It's going to be action. Action is needed. Action is needed on behalf of the black man. We may have to arm ourselves and march to every major police district in America armed and organized. Black men may need to march to every police district at the same time all across America, armed and organized, not to bring violence, but to say we ain't taking this shit no more. It may be time to pick up your rifle and we march to the police district to tell them we ain't taking this shit no more. We didn't come for war, we come for justice, but don't be pushing us too far. We may have to. We're going to have to do something, brothers and sisters, to force the president of the United States to pay attention to you, because Joe Biden thinks he's going to go through all 4 years and do nothing for the Negro. Joe Biden thinks he's going to go through all 4 years and do nothing for the Negro. And let me say this, because so many of you think that you're ready for revolution. You're not ready for revolution. You're not ready for revolution. You're only ready for a riot, brothers and sisters. Some of you are ready for the riot. You're not ready for revolution. You think you're ready for revolution, but you're only ready for a riot. Some of you think you're ready for revolution, but you're only ready for a reform. You ain't ready for revolution. You're ready for a riot. You ain't ready for revolution. You ready for a riot. Make sure you hit that Cash App. $FDMG School. Hit that Cash App. $FDMG School. Hit that Cash App. $FDMG School. Hit that PayPal. PayPal.me/FD. Black Power. Black Power. Hit that PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. You're not ready for the revolution. You're ready for the riot. You're not ready for the revolution, you're ready for the riot. Let me tell you why I say you're ready for the riot, you're not ready for the revolution. You're even ready for a rebellion, but you're not ready for a revolution. See, some of you are ready for the riot, some of you are ready for the rebellion, some of you are ready for the reformation, but you're not ready for the revolution. See, the riot, brothers and sisters, .me/FDMG Academy. Hit your Cash App, $FDMG School. Join the Loyal Donors Club. Go to DrUmarJohnson.com and join the Loyal Donors Club. Mail your check or money order payable to the FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. Peace and Black Power.
Yes, sir, brother.
How we doing, King?
All right, man. I just stopped past to tell you stay encouraged, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that, Baba.
What the projection look like?
Hopefully we be done by the end of the summer with the renovations. Open up the school next summer. We want to do a festival, Black Power. We want to do a festival out here at the end of the summer, early September. We're going to block it off and have a big Unapologetically African festival.
2022.
This summer. This summer is going to be the festival. If we can get that HVAC and plumbing done, I think we're in a good space right now. I'm very optimistic. We have the whole May, the whole June, the whole July, the whole August. We got 4 months. There's no reason why that gym and that school on that side of the street shouldn't be up and ready by the end of August. And then we're going to start on this side of the street once we done that side. So the festival will be this September if we can finish up those renovations.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Last question, I just want your thoughts because I follow you.
Yes, sir.
Pretty closely.
Yes, sir.
Just a quick blurb on what do you think about the vaccine?
I do not support the vaccination. I believe both the vaccination and the virus were designed for genocide of African people. So if they don't get you with the virus, they're going to get you with the vaccination. I wouldn't take it. Cicely Tyson took the vaccination. She died within weeks. DMX took the vaccination. Marvin Hagler took the vaccination. Hank Aaron took the vaccination. So many of our celebrity elders took the vaccination, Baba, and they didn't survive 1 month after that vaccination. I would not take that vaccination.
Appreciate you, Bobby.
All right, now, be safe.
Stay up, man. Stay
Yes,
safe.
sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Will do. So, brothers and sisters, the riot is the emotional reaction to white supremacy. A riot is only emotional. A riot has no agenda. A riot has no agenda. A riot is a emotional temper tantrum. A riot has no program. A riot has no platform. A riot is nothing but emotions. I don't support riots. I don't support riots. And then after the riot, you have the revolt. The revolt is a little bit more political than the riot. The revolt is a little bit more political than the riot. The revolt is a little bit more political than the riot. How you doing there, beautiful? Good afternoon to you. The riot is a little bit more political because the riots, my bad. The revolt is a little more political than the riot. Let me stay focused. The revolt says we don't like the way we're being treated and we need to change. The revolt says we don't like the way we're being treated and it needs to change. So the revolt has a direct message to the power structure that we don't like the way things are happening. We don't like the way the things are happening. That is the revolt. So the riot is an emotional reaction. The riot is an emotional reaction to white supremacy. The revolt is still emotional, but it is quasi-political because the message from the revolt is we don't like the way we're being treated and we need change. So the revolt says we need change. The riot is a temper tantrum. The riot is emotion. The revolt says we need change. And then number 3 is the rebellion. The rebellion. The rebellion. The rebellion is not just emotional reaction. That's a riot. A rebellion is not just a revolt. The revolt says we don't like the way we're being treated and it needs to change. The rebellion is a systemic resistance to the institutional order. The rebellion is when black people organize and they intentionally resist participation. Do you understand? And accommodations from the institutions that deliver the white supremacy. So a rebellion is we ain't going to school. A rebellion, we ain't going to work. A rebellion, we ain't paying taxes. A rebellion, we ain't stopping for the police. When you have a rebellion, you rise up and you systemically reject participation in the oppressor's institutions. Riot is emotion. Revolt says we demand changes. Rebellion says not only do we demand changes, we not participating in anything until those changes are made. The rebellion says we not participating in anything until the necessary changes are made. So you have the riot, which is emotional. The revolt, which demands is change. The rebellion is when you resist. You do not participate at all in the institutional operation of white supremacy. And then we have reformation. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to reformation because reformation can be a sellout. Reformation can be a capitulation. See, the Reformation says, and I want y'all to pay attention. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand your number one scholar right now. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand the number one Pan-Africanist right now. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand the number one school psychologist right now. I want you to understand and understand and overstand the message coming from the Prince of Pan-Africanism. You have to understand these stages so you don't get caught. You have to understand these stages so you don't get caught. A reformation is when the oppressed believe that the institutions can reform themselves and deliver justice to the oppressed. Listen to me. I need y'all to understand this because we've made some mistakes and we won't be able to correct those mistakes until we understand and overstand and understand the mistakes we have made in the past, brothers and sisters. So I want y'all to listen to me. I'm on the steps of the Frederick Douglass High School of the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy. When you reform, when you agree to a reformation, you're saying that you believe the power structure can police itself, that white people have the ability to make the necessary changes to their systems and institutions to treat black people in an equitable and just manner. So in order for you to believe in reform, you have to believe in white people. I'm going to say it again. In order for you to believe in reform, you have to believe in white people. I'm going to say it again. If you believe that the criminal justice system can reform itself, if you believe that the economic system can reform itself, if you believe the school system can reform itself, if you believe gentrification can reform itself, if you believe the police can reform itself, you have to believe in white people, because white people control all the institutions of America. Be careful of reformation. Be careful of reformation. Be careful of reformation. Now let's go to the final stage. Let's go over it again. There is the riot, the emotional reaction to oppression. There is the revolt, a quasi-political stage where you tell the power structure, we need change. But you have not graduated to the point where you understand that change can't come from within. So peace and love, my beautiful African queen. Come on back here. Come on back here. Who that? How we doing, beautiful? Well, you know we bought these schools, right? We bought these schools 2 years ago, my beautiful African queen, and we now trying to fix them up. We working on that school over there. That's on your left shoulder. That's going to be the elementary school. And once we get that fixed, we're going to work on this school, which is going to be the high school.
Okay, for your all boys.
All boys, and then we're going to open up to the girls after about 2 or 3 years.
Okay, good. It was good to see you. I just seen you on
The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you look good too.
Likewise, beautiful. Keep me in your prayers, because we got some difficulties ahead with the school, but we're going to make it.
You'll be all right.
I appreciate you.
You'll be all right. Delaware's a little funny place.
It is. I'm learning.
You know what? It's changing.
Yes, ma'am.
We're doing more stuff in African America.
Glad to hear that.
So you here and you get the other black people behind you.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be all right.
Will do.
You'll be all right.
Thank you, Queen.
Good seeing you.
Likewise, baby.
Hear my prayer. And
Yes.
don't let them people worry you when they talk that mess about you.
I promise.
I always give them time. I say, you better leave my Omar.
That's right. That's right. I appreciate it. All right, love. Take care now. God bless you too. So, brothers and sisters, the riot, brothers, we must stay focused. It is always consciousness over the cookies and politics over the punani. The ladies will be there, but we have to do the work. And I'm telling black women this right now. I'm telling all my beautiful African queens this right now. Stop giving your cookies out to brothers who are not building in the community. I'm talking to all my beautiful African queens. I'm talking to my West Coast queens. I'll see you Las Vegas on the 14th, and Oakland on the 15th, and LA on the 16th, and Palm Springs on the 22nd. I'm talking to my down south queens. I'm going to see you in Fayetteville on June 4th, and Statesville on June 6th. You understand? I'm talking to my East Coast queens. I'm going to see you New York City on Haitian Flag Day on May the 18th. Nat Turner Land, Virginia. I'm going to see you the day after tomorrow. But I'm talking to all black women. Stop making love to coons. Stop giving your womb to coons. I'm going to say it again. Stop giving your womb to the coons, because when you give your womb to the coons, you have a coon womb. And when you have a coon womb, black woman, you can only give birth to baby coons. So stop giving your womb to the coons. I mean it, sisters. If y'all stop making love to brothers who ain't building for the community, if y'all stop making love to brothers who ain't working for the community, if y'all stop giving out your French vanilla cookies and your banana cookies and your lemon cookies and your butter pecan cookies and your butter almond cookies and your caramel cookies and your sweet brown sugar cookies and your chocolate fudge cookies. If you stop giving out your cookies to the brothers before they do the work, sisters, we can get some work done. So black women, please stop making love to brothers who ain't building. You got to make love to the brothers who building. I once had a sister in Chicago, my first visit to Chicago. If you go back and watch my first Chicago interview of September the 18th of 2010, my first Chicago interview that is responsible for the birth of the Prince of Pan-Africanism on September the 18th, 2010, anniversary of Booker T. Washington's Atlanta Cotton Exposition speech. You'll hear sister on that television interview with Dawa Yisrael. The sister says, Dr. Umar, you need 9 wives. The reason she said Dr. Umar needs 9 wives, because I should be able to make love to 9 women with the kind of work that I'm doing, but I only want 2 queens. But let's get back to the focus here. Women, stop giving your womb to the coons. I mean it, black woman. Stop making love to brothers who ain't building for the community. The riot is an emotional reaction to oppression. The revolt is when you demand change from the power structure. A rebellion is when you stop participating in that power structure. We're going to have this school ready for your son in a couple years, Queen. And a rebellion is when you stop participating in the power structure. You ain't participating in the institutions. You disrupt. A rebellion, you bring the whole system of white supremacy almost to a stop. Almost. But it's what you do next that matters most. Are you going to have a reformation or a revolution? It's what you do next that matters most. Are you going to have a reformation or a revolution? When you have a reformation, you believe that white people can change the systems and make them work for black people. That's the reformist. A lot of you are reformist. And I'm not going to knock you if you're a reformist. I'm not going to knock you. But I don't know how you can still be a reformist after 400 years. I'm not going to knock you, my Democrats. I'm not going to knock you, my Republican Negroes. I'm not going to knock you, my NAACP. I'm not going to knock you, my Urban League. I'm not going to knock you, my Congressional Black Caucus. I'm not going to knock you, my black elected officials. I'm not going to knock you. But I want to understand how a black person can still believe in reform after 400 years. I want to know. After 400 years, how can you still believe in reform? So stage 5 is revolution. Stage 5 is a revolution. Revolution says, I might be emotional, but I'm not going to stop there. Revolution says, I might demand some change, but I'm not going to stop there. Revolution says, I might resist participation and accommodation in the power structure, but I'm not going to stop there. Revolution says, reform is not possible, and the only way change can happen is if we tear down all the institutions of racist America piece by piece and rebuild them on a solid foundation of freedom, justice, and equality. I said the revolutionary says you cannot fix the institutions. The revolutionary says you can't fix the police department. You can't fix the school system. You can't fix the criminal justice system. You have to tear them down brick by brick, stone by stone, step by step, inch by inch, and rebuild them on a firm foundation of freedom, justice, and equality for all people, brothers and sisters. So, do you just want to revolt? Do you want to riot? Do you want a rebellion? Do you want a reformation? Or do you want a revolution? I ask you again, do you just want to have a temper tantrum, my rioters? Do you just want to demand some change, my revolters? Do you just want to sabotage the power structure, rebellion? Do you think white people can change on their own, reformationists? Or do you want a revolution? Do we have to tear it down brick by brick and rebuild it? The question is yours. The question is for us as an African family to come together and decide just how we're going to carry out the change. We got to debate. We got to talk. We got to discuss. Do we need a riot? Do we need a revolt? Do we need a rebellion? Do we need reform? Or do we need a revolution? Which one do you want? Which one do you want? Brothers and sisters, we got to get to school together. We got 4 beautiful buildings. Thank you for everyone who's been donating since the Breakfast Club interview dropped. Thank you to the Breakfast Club for putting the Cash App and the PayPal up there. Nat Turnerland, I will see you Thursday, God's will. Las Vegas, Friday, May 14th, God's will. Oakland, California, Saturday, May 15th, God's will. Los Angeles, California, Sunday, May 16th, God's will. Fayetteville, North Carolina, June 4th. Statesville, North Carolina, June 6th. South Bend, Indiana, May 23rd. Palm Springs, California, May 22nd. Louisville, Kentucky, Garvey Day. Atlanta, Georgia, Juneteenth. Atlanta, Georgia, Juneteenth. Atlanta, Georgia, Juneteenth. This is your campus, my campus, our campus. This is your campus, my campus, our campus. This is your campus, my campus, our campus. 4 beautiful buildings, 2 schools, 2 gyms. 4 beautiful buildings, 2 schools, 2 gyms. Make sure you donate. $ FDMG School on the Cash App. Make sure you donate. $ FDMG School on the Cash App. Make sure you donate. $ FDMG School on the Cash App. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/ check a money order. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. Let's get it done. I'm telling y'all, we're going to have a festival this summer, whether the school finished or not. I'm tired of waiting. What do y'all think, brothers and sisters? Do y'all want us to have a festival block party celebration on Ifatunde Avenue, whether the school is ready or not? What do y'all think? Shoot me a text message, 215-989-9858. Shoot me a text message, 215-989-9858. Shoot me a text message, 215-989. Should we have a block party right here in the middle of Ifatunde Avenue, Dr. Papa Boulevard? Stage, music, food, vendors, entertainment. Do y'all want the block party? Because if y'all want the block party, we're going to have a block party no matter what. Y'all tell me. First annual Unapologetically African Family Conference. First annual Unapologetically African Family First Conference. First annual Unapologetically African Family First Conference. I'm at the Nat Turner Gym right now. Let me know if we should go forward with the block party. The Unapologetically African Fest. Let me know, family. It's all about y'all. I struggle for y'all. What we want to do. I want to take a whole bunch of pictures with the queens in front of these beautiful gold Nat Turner buildings. I want to take some beautiful pictures with the queens at the festival. I want to hug up with the queens and fist bump the kings and politic and just talk and build and sit and eat some food and listen to some African drums and some African music. What do y'all think, brothers and sisters? Y'all ready to come to Delaware and build with me this summer? Who ready to come? Y'all ready for the block party? Because if y'all ready for the block party, we going to do it up. If you want to work at the school, send your resume. FDMGresumes@gmail.com. You want to work at the school, send your resume. FDMGresumes@gmail.com. We need an HVACer and a plumber. HVAC and plumbing license, commercial grade HVAC and plumber, brothers and sisters. I think we're going to do the festival. I'm going to talk to the Loyal Donors Club. If you sign up for the Loyal Donors Club at DrUmarJohnson.com, If you sign up for the Loyal Donors Club at DrUmarJohnson.com, if you sign up for the Loyal Donors Club at DrUmarJohnson.com, make sure you send me a message on WhatsApp so I can add you into the Loyal Donors chat. Make sure you click regular monthly donation. You have to click regular monthly donation. If you don't click regular monthly donation, it will be a one-time donation. That does not get you into the club. Club, you must be a recurring donor. Automatic recurring donations. $50 is bronze, $100 is silver, $250 is gold, $500 is platinum, $1,000 is a month. Text me if y'all think we should still have the festival. Text me if you think we shouldn't have the festival. 215-989-9858. That's my direct cell. Ladies, behave. Don't be sending me no inappropriate pictures. Wifey resumes can still be sent, though. Wifey resumes, until I'm married, wifey resumes can always be sent. Do the block party. We're going to do the block party. But our heart goes out to all our brothers and sisters who have lost brothers and sisters. Our heart goes out to all the Africans who've been getting murdered since George Floyd and before George Floyd. They said they have killed 181 Africans since George Floyd's murder. 181 Africans since George Floyd's murder have been murdered by the police. 181 Africans since George Floyd's murder have been murdered by the police. That is unacceptable, brothers and sisters. That is genocide. That is extermination. That is genocide. We must protest through the proper channels at the United Nations. We must protest through the African Union. This is a human rights issue. It is not an American issue. Peace, black man. We have to give up this American citizenship, and we must now identify as Africans. Africans in America. That's who we are. We are a nation of Africans in America. And if we are going to be a nation of Africans in America, we must give ourselves a name. We must give ourselves a name. We must give ourselves a name. Kwame Nkrumah renamed the Gold Coast to Ghana. Yes, we must give ourselves a name. All the African names had to be renamed after colonization. The names of all the African nations had to be renamed after colonization. So guess what? Since we are declaring independence, we are having a national black declaration of independence. I said we are having a national black declaration of independence. I said we are having a national black declaration of independence. And since we declare our independence from the United States, we must give ourselves a name. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Swaziland changed its name a few years ago and is now known as Eswatini. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that, my Swazi brothers and sisters. It is no longer Swaziland. It is Eswatini. African nations are renaming themselves all the time. South Africa will one day be Azania. So the American African nation, the 50 million of us, must come together and choose a name that represents us. That's the nationality we're talking about. That's the nationality we're talking about. We need to represent the American African nation. What will we call ourselves? We need one name. We're going to choose that name at the National Black Revolutionary Political Convention. We're going to choose that name at the National Black Revolutionary Political Convention. We're going to choose that name at the National Black Revolutionary Political Convention. And to my continental Africans and Caribbean Africans and Central and South American Africans and Canadian Africans and Australian Africans and European Africans, we are taking suggestions for the name for the new American African nation because we are we are declaring black independence from the United States. We are declaring our independence from the United States government. Oh, yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are. We are declaring independence from the United States. What the white man did on July 4th, 1776, the black man is about to do. What the white man did in 1776, we're going to do in 2021. We are declaring independence from the United States. We are no longer citizens of this nation, and we shall henceforth be known as whatever name we choose, brothers and sisters. I'm talking revolution. I don't want a riot. I don't want a revolt. I don't want a rebellion. I don't want a reformation. I want a revolution. I don't want a riot. I don't want a revolt. I don't want a rebellion. I don't want a reformation. I want a revolution, brothers and sisters. A real independence. Yes, yes. And I'm telling you right now, the Ski Mask Club will be out on July 4th. If I catch any Negro celebrating his slave master's freedom. How we doing, ladies? All right, good to see you. Yes, ma'am. Appreciate you, babe. Thank you. All right, y'all. That's the beautiful African queens of Delaware. The beautiful African queens of Delaware. That's the beautiful African queens of Delaware coming through shouting out the prince. The American African nation. We are declaring independence. I'm going to work on that Declaration of Independence. If you don't want to be independent, no problem. You will be the nation of coons. We will let the government of America know that there are some Negroes who did not want to be free. They are the nation of coons. We will let Joe Biden know that there's a few million of us who don't want to be free. They are the nation of coons. But for those of us, how we doing, Baba? But for those of us who are declaring independence, we want it to be known that we shall now, herefore, and forevermore be known as the name that we choose, brothers and sisters. Revolution. July 4th, 2021. I better not catch a Negro celebrating it. July 4th, 2021. We are not playing. The Goonie Goon Goons, the Ski Mask Club. We better not see no cookouts. We better not see no celebrations. We better not see no red, white, and blue flags. I better not catch one of you coons celebrating your oppressor's freedom. I better not. I better not. I better not catch a coon on July 4th celebrating this slave master's freedom. I better not. We're not having it this year. July 4th has been banned in the black community. Effective immediately, July 4th celebrations.
I'll finally catch you.
How we doing there, Baba?
I'll finally catch you here live.
How's it going? How we doing, little brothers?
Can't complain.
I hear you.
When you gonna open up?
We hoping to be done by the end of the summer, and we want to do a grand opening festival, block the whole block off in early September. That's the goal. So we got 4 months. That's the goal. And then once we get the Marcus Garvey side of the street ready, we're going to get the Frederick Douglass side of the street ready. But we're going to focus on this side because it's a little less expensive, you know, a little smaller. Get the school started over here next September and then get renovating over there. We're going to get there, Baba. Just a little bit of growing pains. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. Be safe now. Yes, indeed, y'all. Yes, indeed. It's time for the American African to declare independence. We are still Africans. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What are there, 54, 55 nations in Africa? We'll be the 56. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. We talking real Juneteenth now. We talking real Juneteenth now, brothers and sisters. But I'm going to get ready to hop off the live. Make sure you donate. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the PayPal. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Mail in your check or money order, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. Share the Breakfast Club interview. Share this interview. Last thing I want to say before I close. Last thing I want to say before I close. Last thing I want to say before I close. Last thing I say before I close. We need a location to hold the National Black Revolutionary Political Convention. We need a location to hold the National Black Revolutionary Political Convention. I want to do 4 of them. 4. East Coast, West Coast, down South, Midwest. East Coast, West Coast, down South, Midwest. You can come to anyone you want to come to. You can come to anyone you want to come to. We need a big church that can seat about 3,000. Where them old black churches at that can seat 3,000 to 5,000? Where them old black churches at that can seat 3,000 to 5,000? Where them old black churches at that can seat 3,000 to 5,000? Where them old black churches at that can seat 3,000 to 5,000? Call on your grandmother, call on your grandfather, call on your godmother, call on your godfather. We need one of those. We need 4 big black churches. We need one on the East Coast. We need one on the West Coast. We need one down South, and we need one with Midwest. I don't want to use the white man's convention center because he's going to listen to everything we talk about. I don't want to use the white man's convention center because he's going to bug the whole thing. He's going to take the whole thing. He's going to infiltrate the whole thing. I don't want to use the white man's convention center. I really don't. If we have to, we will. If we have to, we will. If we have to use the white man's facilities, we will. But I'm hoping we can find 4 black churches. I'm hoping we can find a black church in the Midwest. I'm hoping we can find a black church that can seat 3,000 in the South. I'm hoping we can find a black church that can seat 3,000 to 5,000 in the East. I'm hoping we can find Seattle or down in Phoenix. We need 4 black churches, 3,000 seat mega churches. We got to get on TD Jakes. Somebody call TD Jakes. Call Creflo Dollar. Call all these mega churches up and tell them we need space. Get all these mega churches up and tell them we need space, brothers and sisters. But in the meantime, you can text me and let me know if we should still do the first annual Unapologetically African Festival at your campus, our campus, my campus, your campus, the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, brothers and sisters. Do we go forward with the first annual Unapologetically African Festival? That's the Nat Turner Jean-Jacques Dessalines Gymnasium. You're looking at the Nat Turner Jean-Jacques Dessalines Gymnasium. This is the Prince of Pan-Africanism. I love y'all. Thank you to the donors. Thank you to the supporters. Thank you to the Most High, to the ancestors, the Loas, the Abusums, the Orishas, the spirit guides, the nature spirits, all righteous energy. This is your humble servant, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. Peace and one love.